Time now for your forewarned weather.
Let's talk about it. Seth Sanders is in for Alana tonight. Seth,
hey,
what you got?
Well, it's going to be hot and it's going to be dry. That's pretty much what we got.
That's the headline.
You summed it up. We done. We got it.
But really hot. I'm talking record heat.
Oh,
so
boy.
We're going to break that down in a second. Really hot down in the south today. It was really nice up here, though. Southern Utah was in the hundreds. 104 today at Black Desert. Made for a very beautiful sunset.
That's nice.
I know. Beautiful tangerine sunset there. We love to see that. Really warm down there. A little bit cooler in the north, and that's thanks to that low pressure system that you're seeing there just to the north of us over Wyoming. Escorted a little bit of cooler air our way when it switched the wind direction, but it's not going to last long. It's going to start to move out, and that high pressure you see over California is going to move in. It's going to crank those temperatures right on up. Right now, temperatures are in the 70s across the state down I-15. The eastern portion of the state has a mix of 70s and 80s, 90 degrees in Lake Powell, St. George at 93 degrees. And we got a couple 60s in southwest Wyoming and in Cache Valley as well. So a spread of temperatures there. Now, by midnight, we're going to reach 70 degrees flat here in Salt Lake City. The skies are going to remain clear all night into the morning, 64 degrees by 5 a.m. And then we're off to the races. By 10 o'clock, we're already hitting the 80s. It'll be a toasty one tomorrow. Lows tonight are going to be just slightly above average. 63 degrees will be the low here in Salt Lake. We have a couple of 50s as well, and then 71 is where St. George will bottom out. So overall, a fairly mild night. Our futurecast shows that high pressure stays in control. It acts as a storm block, and we don't see a whole lot of activity across the entire western U.S. as this high pressure ridge really controls the story, keeping all that wet weather to the north of us in the Montana area. We also have wind gusts that we're going to be talking about. By the time we get into Thursday in the west portion of the state, we're going to start to see gusts in the 30s. And then overnight, calms down, but it picks back up in the afternoon. By Friday evening, we're looking at some gusty winds across the entire state. Again, dies down overnight. And then for Saturday, the northern portion of the state stays fairly calm. The winds die down a little bit, but it stays active as far as wind goes in the eastern and southern portion of the state. So we have the dry, we have the heat, and we have the wind. That is ingredients for fire. Fire conditions are going to be critical as we get into Thursday. That's when our red flag warning goes into effect at noon on Thursday. Most of what you see here is going to hold until 10 p.m. on Saturday, but the northern portion of the state, the Great Salt Lake Desert and the Wasatch Front, that is going to expire a little bit earlier on 9 p.m. On Friday, thanks to the winds dying down. So we have the warm air now, but it's going to get very hot. We have record heat for your Thursday. High pressure slides to the east a little bit. We get that amplified southerly flow that's going to drag that really hot southern air across the state. And then temperatures get knocked back a little bit as we get into the weekend, thanks to a cooler air mass moving in from the north, bringing in that cooler northern air, switching the wind direction, and it pushes further into the state as we get into Sunday, dropping temperatures below average. And then high pressure is going to start to build again. First, we have this low pressure that'll be moving through, throwing southerly wind our way and the warm weather with it. Let's talk about those records now. What you see in orange is the forecasted high, and the red is the record high. So on Thursday, we're forecasted to beat the record by 2 degrees. And on Friday, we're going to just be 2 degrees shy of the record, but it is possible that we do hit it then as well. Thursday is just going to be our best bet. Regional forecast for tomorrow shows we're going to be about 10 degrees, 5 to 10 degrees warmer in the north, 5 degrees warmer in the south. We're looking at 90s for most of us with a couple hundreds as well. 106 in St. George, and it gets warmer from there, guys. 108 by your Thursday. There is a wind to keep you cool, but again, that is going to contribute to the fire risk. 104 degrees for your first day of summer, and then we drop into the 90s. Clear skies down in southern Utah for the next 7 days. Looking dry up here in the Wasatch Front as well. Playing with those records on Thursday and Friday, starting off on a hot note. We get some wind as well. The wind dies down a little bit earlier than it does in southern Utah, dropping all the way to 75 degrees for your Sunday. So a fairly nice weekend, and then we return to the 80s by next week.
Well, Thursday, though. That's a cooker right there.
You cook your eggs on the sidewalk in that kind of temperature.
You probably could.